Yeah! What's that?
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but what is it? Sam?
It is the second hand of time, a powerful artifact from the origin of the universe, and a very naughty appendage.
Sam?
What?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Well, I'm fine, but what do we do about this?
Apparently, according to you, it's some hand from the dawn of time or something?
What?
The second hand of time or something?
The second hand of time. How did that happen?
I don't know. It's gone!
Oh no.
Right, you know what this means, don't you?
What?
This means we've got to go on a hunt.
A hunt?
And it's fine. We're both wearing red shirts. We'll be okay.
Actually...
Maybe movie. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Not boys and girls, because we're not on the air for under 18s.
No, we are not. No, this is not for the kiddies.
No, big boys and girls.
That's right.
Welcome back to Maybe Movies. My name is Max.
Oh, and my name is Sam.
And thank you for joining us again for Act 2 of our battle of good versus evil.
Indeed, in the strangest of form.
As Herbie the Lovebug takes on the car. If you were with us, if you weren't with us last time, then please just go back and check last Friday's episode to see how we got on with Act 1. If this is your first time here, then thank you for joining us. Stick around, see if you like what we do, and if you do, throw us a like and a share and all of the rest. It would be quite topping.
It would. Topping indeed, old chap.
Yes. It's probably touching that.
Oh, you did the thing.
Every
well
time.
Done. Golf clap.
It was touching the hand of time, I think.
Oh, the hand
No,
of
stop.
time.
Shut it!
Also, before we go any further, very quick announcement to make as well. If you're sick and tired of being battered to death by YouTube ads, then you can also now find all of our content over on Odyssey. There will be a link to where you can find it in the description below, as always. Pop over there and say hello.
Just join us, please.
Are you ready for this?
I'm increasingly wondering why I made these notes.
Don't forget, as of last week, if you spot anything that we missed in terms of good ideas and stuff and think that either of us deserves a star, let us know in the comments below and we will add them for next time.
More for me, please.
I'm currently on 2.
I'm on 1, I think. I'm on 1.
Still all to play for. I think I was going to suggest where we start is we pick up basically where we left off. For 2 reasons. Oh, well, there was one that I thought...
Since we did Act 1.
You know, he said that a few other people get hit by the car when he runs down Everett?
Mm-hmm.
What about if one of the people who gets hit, possibly not killed, but who gets hit, is Carol?
I knew we needed to put at least one of them in danger.
Yes. Because we said that they were in the town at the time. That would be a great moment for Jim and Wade to meet.
Okay, yes.
And that gives them even more, again, another reason why they would actually come into contact with each other.
Okay, yeah. So they're all on their way to the bar, to the club or whatever they called it.
Sorry.
Town.
Yes, sorry. I was going to say... Sorry, I'm just... Ping.
Ping, okay, yeah. Light bulb.
Ah, I see you have the machine that goes bing!
Carol gets hit because she sees the car and tries to save Everett.
Oh, she does a look out moment.
Yeah.
So the car goes, all right then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Fantastic. But again, because I thought that's a good way, as I said, to get those two to actually meet face to face.
So are we saying Carol's hurt enough to go to hospital? Well, she needs to at least initially.
Yes.
But I mean, are we going to keep her in hospital? Are we going to keep her injured? Or...
No.
We don't have to keep her injured for the entire movie, but do we want to take her out of the action for part of this act?
I think so.
Yeah, not just a quick visit to the hospital. No, she's got to stay at least over, she's got to stay a few hours.
Exactly, yeah. We might need to move. No, there's the scene where they get the old woman in.
This train will stop at Santo Domingo. Old woman.
Well, the American Indian woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, because that happens the next morning, doesn't it? Or is that the same night?
No, it's the next morning because No, wait.
No, but it's the same night, but it's the
It
next
is-
morning that the deputy says that's not what she said.
That's exactly what I was just thinking.
So I was hoping that we could maybe put those together the same night, because I was wondering if we can find a way of cheeking Jim in to be in that meeting when he hears there was no driver, and then it's a bit of a light bulb moment for him.
Light bulb. Yes, I think you're right. And that's not even a because movie. That's just moving one detail, one scene further.
Exactly.
It's barely a thing.
I did also, and again, so I don't know what you think about this, because as we know, this happens over 3 days. It was like 2 full days and then into the morning of the third day.
Yeah.
If we were saying that they've stood the stop over here overnight, the normal thing for the race would be the stage would take them out of this county and somewhere else.
Yes.
So as a way of keeping them in the county, say that the race is set up that there's 2 short stages, one during the day and then a night stage.
Right. Okay.
So we get some nighttime racing and we keep them...
I'm going to counter that, but I think at a certain point we have to abandon the race.
I knew it. I just from your reaction, I was like, he's going to say we should get rid of the race. But yes,
At a certain point,
No.
we need to abandon. I think we should do what you were suggesting in Act 1 about the second stage being like a dog leg through the mountainous county.
Yes, yeah.
So it brings them all through that area where the car is, and that's where the action is. But once Herbie gets committed to acting against the car,
Then
the race
it's-
is going to go out the window.
Fair enough. Agreed. We still need to fit in the parade.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
But I think we can still do that, because what we can do is, because the parade, it depends what we want to say, because that happens out at the racetrack, but that looks more like a horse racing track. Because I was trying to think, would they use that as the start of the race?
I was going to say that's what we're going to call it as.
I'm trying to think, when do we fit that in?
Well, it's either that or we move the location of the parade and we make it the actual parade as they're getting started on the second day.
Okay.
Wouldn't they have a parade before the race starts rather than after the races have gone?
That's what I was thinking. I mean, how about the parade is actually going to happen in the town? They assemble there to start and go into the town from there.
Yeah.
And it's while they're assembling to go towards the town,
Uh-huh.
the car turns up, and you get that entire
So we get
sequence.
that bit.
Yeah, so they're all sat there in town waiting to start orders, waiting for the parade
I
to
think
start.
we have to have it that way because if we have the cars there, Herbie's going to chase the car straight away because it's going after kids. That's going to be a bad move for Herbie.
Exactly.
So it kind of needs to happen off screen.
So we're saying that Carol's still in the hospital, or is she gonna? Or do we want to say that she's back out? She's determined to be part of the team for the race itself.
I can see a number of options. I mean, maybe we can put a contrivance in here. I don't know if this counts as a because movie or not, but can we give them radios?
No reason why not. I don't think that counts as a because maybe we're not
No.
changing
Okay,
anything
cool.
fundamental.
Well, for starters, that means that Carol can still be involved in events by being in contact via radio, for starters.
Perfectly feasible, because don't forget this race is almost 10, theoretically at least 5 to 10 years after the original race, so they may have those as standard by then. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's what I was hoping for,
Yeah.
something like that. We were in the 70s somewhere. We never said, we
Exactly.
never landed on a particular year,
No,
but,
no.
you know. So for starters, that means she can be involved in knowing about what's going on and be a part of the discussions that are happening. Also, if we're saying that they're dog-legging through the county, it could be one of those things where they kind of do a big, and then it comes in at a certain point, it comes closer back to the town
Yes.
before looping back out, and she's hoping to get out of the hospital and get someone to drive her to meet them there. That's her plan for rejoining the race.
Yes, I like it. Sorry, I just had another thought, but I don't know.
Because then it puts it in place so she can be involved in the second act and just instead of just being shuttered away in the hospital.
Of course.
And then we have a plan for how she gets back, and of course that's going to become necessary later anyway.
So it just made me think. You know, it means changing a little bit of what we've just done. Maybe the parade is supposed to be for the end of the day. So as you said, they dogleg back round past.
So they are practicing for it.
So they are practicing for it when the car attacks there at the point where the racers come past close by.
Uh-huh.
So that might be our drop-off point for taking Herbie out of the race.
Okay.
So as you said, but back to what you said originally, kids in danger, Herbie's going to go off after them.
Right. Well, this is what I was thinking, because I was hoping that we could actually have the car take out some of the racers in the race.
Well, no, I've got an idea for that as well.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just thinking that that's something that would happen later in the act.
Yes,
So-
yeah.
so-
It's getting a bit scrambled timeline-wise. Yeah,
So,
sorry.
scrap doing the bit with the parade at the start of the day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave that where it happens later in the day,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll feather in the racers going close by to where they're practicing, which will then coincide with the car attacking.
Yeah.
But back to the kind of earlier on in the act, which is where we are, we'll have had a discussion between Tennessee and Jim about somebody said this car had no driver.
Yeah.
And then Tennessee said, well, yeah, Herbie got all weird last night, as we said at the end of last time.
Yes, yeah,
So
exactly.
we can drop that back in. We get the start of the race. We could throw in a bit more again if we want to with the mayor and the race coordinator saying, no, we're going ahead with the race.
I even want to say that we want to have the police kind of, look, no, like even Jim might be trying to talk to the police about it and Wade's got no time for it because he hasn't come to Jesus yet.
Yes, of course.
So he needs a bit more. So he's going to go, no, just go out, get out. Look, goddamn it, you're a racer. Get out of my office.
Absolutely.
Go do what you do.
Yes. But they have to line up and we get the start of the race.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, we're going to take a pause and do a quick shout out. Today, this one is for a couple of people. So the channel itself is called The Horror Story Corner.
Okay.
Which is another audio horror channel that I've recently discovered. And I've recently discovered it because we have a new superfan. Thank you very much, Stephen. So it's a guy called Stephen Sinclair. He's been commenting quite a lot on our videos recently. He's an author. He writes short horror stories.
Oh, excellent.
It's not his channel, but he has some of his stories read out by the guy whose channel it is.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Nice.
So I was listening to one of them the other day, which was really good, called The Bad Bath Mat.
The Bad Bath Mat?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm curious now.
But it's not what you think.
Okay then.
But it's well worth checking out. What I'll do is I'll put a link to the channel and also a link to that particular story as well, so you're in the right playlist where most of his work is.
Okay, brilliant. Yes.
But yeah, do go check it out. Stephen, again, as always,
Thank you for all your support.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, chap.
Yeah, no, my thought with regards to, obviously, the race gets going, staggered at start, obviously they'll be leading off in the order that they arrived.
And I think we said that Herbie is not in the lead, but not at the... He's sort of in the top 5 or something like that,
Yeah.
you know.
I had this thought in my head, obviously, we get a bit out into the race, Thorndyke off in the lead with a couple of guys coming up behind him as he's going along through the desert, and then you just see, and you get the car coming straight towards him, swerves around Thorndyke, and then does the roll move and takes out the 2 drivers behind him.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're getting right into it. Okay.
Yeah, I just had a little bit of a set piece in my mind. Obviously, we can drop it in where we want.
Yes.
You see the bit of the race that everything looks normal. The police are all, so we get some shots of the police. We haven't seen anything yet, just to build the tension up, and then you just see it just come straight off the desert.
Right, yeah. So Thorndyke panics and floors it out of there.
A few minutes later, or a few seconds later, you'll get a couple of the cars. Herbie amongst them come round and sees this.
We could do...
Sorry, it's the way you said it, man.
I did. I have to own that one. Yeah. I was just trying to think how we could have as they come around. So you literally they go past each other.
Yeah, we need to get some sort of close encounter. I didn't want Herbie to be right there because we get right into it straight away.
Yes.
So, like you say, yeah, maybe he comes round the corner. He's far enough back in the pack that he comes round the corner, as it were.
That's so they're driving along. He's racing. If he's a few places back, this happens. Herbie just slams on the brakes and stops dead and starts rattling.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Yeah, I mean, and then the car kind of zooms straight past them.
This is a mean machine.
Yes, and the car just zooms straight past them.
And then. So what does Herbie do? I mean, if the car zooms straight past him, are we saving the Herbie moment for the bit with the kids? Is that what we're doing?
I think we are.
So for now, Herbie is shitting his nuts and bolts.
Yes. What I was thinking is you're going to probably need a bit of Tennessee magic to
soothe him over, get moving again.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree.
So you get all the other racers kind of swerving past him and things like that. A couple of the others get taken out, I'm assuming, or the car just drives off. And
well, I want to give it a couple of minutes so that they can get out away from the town and out into the ravines. I kind of like the idea of it just occasionally coming out of nowhere, just sideswiping someone.
Yeah.
Just a car's gone or 2 cars are gone.
Yeah, you get a few minutes of racing and then this happens and then it disappears.
It's like there are large parts of the car that want to be Jaws, let's be honest. Mm-hmm. And we can indulge them in that respect and treat it just like a shark. Yeah. And they're all in the ocean.
Oh, that is a wonderful analogy.
Oh, thank you.
There you go, buddy.
I'll take that.
So are we saying then that by this point Carol would be heading off to where she's supposed to be picking? They're supposed to be picking her up.
Well, it depends if we want. Do we want to have a tension thing where it's uncertain whether she's going to get out of the hospital before she can get to the thing? I kind of feel like there'll be a bit of a her having to push her way through some silly bureaucracy or something like that to just sort of set up a little sense of urgency.
We've already said that the stage is going to take them close to the stadium. If we allow for the fact that she meets Lauren on the night before when the accident and everything happens.
Of course.
So Lauren say, well, we're going to be out there. We'll give you a lift. So that means puts Carol in place for the parade thing as well.
Oh, that's genius! Have that. That is genius. Yes.
Oh, nice. So it's now we have to kind of plan how we want to do it, because I take it we still want to try and keep that scene where the cop chases him up the mountain.
Yes.
So that should happen. No, actually, no, we want to save that for the end. That should happen towards the end of the act, after the events at the stadium, at the parade.
Right. Yeah, I don't think we're at the end of the act yet.
No.
Let's work our way through the scene. So we have the parade scene, the car turns up.
Mm-hmm.
Nearby on the highway, the race is coming by. I want to say, at this point, probably Herbie's in the lead.
Tennessee's done his thing. He's back racing again.
Yeah. This is after the montage of cars being taken out shark style and everything like that.
So let's say he's racing for the lead with Thorndyke.
Okay, so everything that actually happens in the film with the parade happens up to the point when they've got them all cornered in the cemetery. The car's doing its donuts outside there and being all aggressive and shit. And that's when Herbie notices him.
Yes.
And
And yes, so you'll have Carol with the others in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Probably giving it a load like Lauren does. Giving it a bit of verbal as well.
Yeah, have the both of them screaming abuse at the car.
Yeah. I just imagine Herbie comes screeching up and then just kind of like opens his bonnet, like showing his teeth at it.
Yeah. But it's still giving it that voice, you know, so it's a little bit of a pathetic voice, but it's still, come on if you think you're loud enough.
Yeah.
The car chases Herbie? Do we think that Herbie taunts the car enough to chase him? Just for now. Now. It's going to, we're not talking about life or death here.
No. But yeah, I think
enough to distract him away from the cemetery.
It's something for him to focus on.
Yeah.
And it's...
Because it's a little bit crap that basically the car ran away because it heard police sirens, as if it was afraid of them. Mm. But... another living car.
Yes.
That's a challenger.
It is, yeah, definitely. So Herbie
and we are getting
off.
close to the end of the second act, so we want to set that shit up.
So Herbie shoots off in a direction to take him away from the other racers.
I'm kind of figuring that Herbie's going to lead the car into the police blockades.
Yes. So we can still get the sirens.
So we still get the bit with the police chasing him and everything into the mountains.
It's just he's doing it while he's being chased by Herbie.
Yeah.
While he's chasing Herbie. Yeah. Okay. How do we want to end the act then?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, have we done enough to end the act? I don't know if we've done enough to end the act yet. Because in the car, it doesn't end until
Lauren gets killed, does it? Yeah. Okay. So, what about?
All right. Herbie? Okay. So Herbie's leading him away, and he's doing the car equivalent of taunting him and everything like that. Herbie leads him into the blockade, so the police cars start chasing the car, which is chasing Herbie. Mm-hmm. And at a certain point, the car abandons Herbie's to go after the police cars.
I didn't know whether. I can't think of the right thing, but essentially what I was going to suggest was something happens which allows the car to catch up and shunts Herbie and sends him spinning.
Of course. We've got Mr. Wu.
Yes.
We've got Mr. Wu. We can do this.
Yeah.
We can do that. That can totally work. And that's a nice sort of end of Act 2 low point for the character. Yeah.
And then obviously knocks him off the road. He goes spinning end over end or whatever. And then the car shoots off with the police chasing him. So we still get that.
And we still get all of that. And the confrontation with Wade getting his head knocked down.
Yeah, exactly.
And he ends up in hospital this time.
Exactly.
So we're going to the hospital quite a few times in this version.
We are, yeah. And obviously, again, Jim and Tennessee are probably going to have to go there because they were inside Herbie when he got flipped over.
Yeah, so everybody's in the hospital.
Yes.
With various bandages and, and then we've got to do something nasty to someone.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be Lauren, but it has to be someone.
So the question here is then, are we going to allow them during the course of the film so far that there is enough of a friendship that has grown up between Lauren and Carol? And we also might feed into, come back and we'll look after Wade's kids.
Okay, yeah.
So they're both there?
And they've both been through that whole same experience. We're kind of replacing Luke's girlfriend, whose name I can never remember. But it works for our purpose, because we kind of need to bring these two groups together in their pursuit of the car.
Yeah.
It's going to mean something horrible for someone. At least one someone. Mm-hmm. I agree with what you're saying so far. I think it does make sense.
So we still get that scene, but they're both there? I don't know.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that we should kill one of them and horribly injure the other. I don't know which way round to do it. To be fair, the movie we set up does lead to Lauren.
But it does raise the stakes personally for Jim if we do it the other way. Tell you what.
Put it to vote?
Put it to a vote.
Okay, that sounds good.
So this is going to be a vote that is only going to be on our... We're just going to run it on our community tab. So get on there and let us know who you want to see die. Do you want to see Carol from the Love Bug or Lauren from the car? And then we will factor that in when we do Act 3 next week.
That sounds like a plan.
Yep. The only other thing I was going to suggest before we wrap up, do we want to do anything with the car and Thorndyke?
I was thinking about using it earlier on, but the way we've gone is different because, of course, we've classified him as a bad guy and kind of plot armoured against the car.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we have a use for him in the third act.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, but I think we have a use for him in the third act.
Excellent. Well, hold on to that thought.
Okay.
I suppose the only other thing that we just throw it in, that we just say, so we say that we've mentioned it, in amongst all of this as well, there'll be the subplot with Ronnie Cox and his drinking.
Of course. Yeah, all of that stuff.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay. This is going really well, actually. I'm really enjoying this one so far.
Yeah, I was worried that we were going to railroad ourselves, but I don't think we have. I think we've got something different here.
We're going to take a break, and we will be back next Friday for the third part, or the final act of The Bug.
The Bug.
Do check out, I'm trying to think what date it is. There should be a new movie actually coming out. Should be around the 23rd. Please do have a wonderful weekend. Have a brilliant start to next week. And we will see you for movies actually on Thursday, and for the last act of this on Friday.
As always, Gus, TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.